Hey, planner friends, it's Nia. Welcome to Life with Nia. Today we are closing out our December 2020 budget because it is time to be done with all things 2020. So I have my tools here in front of me that I use each month, which include my Erin Condren Monthly Planner, my Erin Condren Petite Monthly Planner, and my Budget Mom worksheets from the Budget Mom Workbook, and I used the printable version in 2020. In 2021, I will be using the boxed set. So that is a small version that looks like this, and each month is in its own little individual trifold folder here. So for this month, Petite, he came through, but he didn't give a hello. So we'll see if he comes back. For this month, I had some goals. I had 7 goals. And then I also had some savings goals. So my goals were to write it down, which is to write down and track every expense and the income coming in. Did that. Set up my 2021 budget. I did that, and I am still working through it as far as my budget series of videos, which I will link the first one down below, and they are all together on a playlist. If you'd like to watch them all, there's probably going to be 2 or 3 more that have not been added yet. I've been doing one a day. I also wanted to have some new releases from Studio Bliss Co. Got that taken care of. Wanted to save $200. I did not do that. I wanted to have $1,000 in Etsy sales. Did that. Not use any credit cards. Did that. And set up my $5 savings challenge for the next, for lack of a better term, goal. So I had been using my $5 bills, and they were going to go towards Christmas, and they did. And so with Christmas being over, I wanted to select something new, a new goal to save them for. And so now they are going to be designated for vacation whenever we get to vacation again. I'm going to use my $5 bills. And so down here at the bottom, I have savings, and I did not do any savings. So that is that. This is my month at a glance of all of the bills that need to be paid. It's not all of them, but it's almost all of them. And so it's a good place for me to just make sure I'm checking off those major things and getting them done. So that is all taken care of. When we look at income for this month, we had primary income. It went up again. It was $201 more than I thought it would be. That does include my health stipend that I have been receiving since July. It's something in our contract. I don't understand it, but they want to make healthcare more affordable. I shouldn't say I don't understand it. I do know what it's for. Trying to make healthcare more affordable. Petey says hi. But then they tax it at like 40%. So how you making it more affordable? Anyway, so yeah, I don't know what it my pay should not be fluctuating. It's fluctuating every month. It is what it is. I brought in $936.85 from Etsy. I had total Etsy sales of $1,030, Etsy fees of $289. And so part of the deposits of $936 included sales from the prior month as well. Etsy pays you once a week. You can do different, you can schedule your payments for different time frames. I have mine set up for the once a week. So I had money that had not been paid to me for sales in November. And so that's what part of that is as well. I also had some income come in from 31, which is a lifestyle brand of bags, purses, thermals, home organization, and lifestyle products. I've been a consultant for over 8 years, and primarily just dabble in it now. That was a total of $122.74. And then I was reimbursed in part by my landlord for the plumbing that I had repaired. So I spent $385. They gave me back $200. I feel some kind of way about that, but this video is not the place for that. So it is what it is. I also received $141.90 from a class action lawsuit with Wells Fargo. And I used my Christmas envelope in December, and that was $175. All right, so that's our income. Our expenses were primarily the same things that they always are. And I did write everything down and get it all color coded. So it's the normal stuff. It's the same things that you see listed here, along with like grocery shopping, buying things, household related items, toiletries, gas, planner stuff I don't need, that type of stuff. And then I had my Afterpay debt that I'm still working on. So that was a major expense to the tune of 2 pages of expense trackers. Okay, so for my looking at where my money went in December, I budgeted $200 for groceries. I spent $202. However, I categorized it differently if it came out of my Christmas envelope, so I may have spent a little bit more than that. For example, I bought a prime rib that was like $40, and that came out of my Christmas envelope, and so I didn't categorize it as groceries. But for the most part, I stayed on budget with groceries. Dining out, I had $60. I spent $53.33. Gas, I had 60 allocated, and then I rolled over 60 for a total of $120. But I went and got gas before I did anything in the amount of $30. And then in the month I spent $30. So I filled up once this month, and once at like the very beginning / end of the month. And I didn't really write it down on either tracker, so that's why I'm off by the $30. So in any case, I spent $30 on gas this month, and that's gas for my car. Afterpay, I spent $1,213. I can't wait to be done with them. And then all other debt, I spent $1,594. So that is about $2,800 that went to debt. I don't even know where that money came from. It was just a blessing that I had $2,800 to put towards debt. And I laugh, and it's not really funny, but it's insane to me. So 46% of my income was spent on debt. I can't wait until I can spend 46% of my income on something else, something that I can enjoy. And that's not to say that I don't enjoy the things that I bought, but anyway, it's a whole nother video. Business expenses, $149.52 was what was spent, and planner items was $247.14. Insurance for home and car was $154.80. We spent $18.50 on home, water, sewer, trash, gas, electric. I think that covers everything. And then another $235 on internet, telephone, cable. And then household items, I spent $296. That was in part high because I don't know. I don't remember, and I didn't write it down. I know I bought some things that I wouldn't ordinarily buy. Like I went and bought a rake because my gardener does not ever seem to come, and I don't pay him, so whatever. But the leaves had completely taken over, so I went and bought a nice rake and got out there and got some exercise, I guess. I spent $14 on Petite this month. That was just for food, and I bought postage, like Christmas stamps, and some Christmas gift tags. And then other than that, I didn't really buy Christmas related items. Traditional Christmas, as you would say. That was more like towards Christmas groceries and Like I bought some gift bags, but I put it under household, but I spent my Christmas money, my Christmas envelope on it. And then I had $50 left over in my Christmas envelope that I put in the bank and used towards Afterpay. So I really only used 125 of it towards Christmas, in my mind, related items. When I look at comparing last month to this month, I spent less on groceries this month, less on groceries in December. And that I know was because in November I got into a little bit of the panic mode again, thinking like we need to start stockpiling stuff. I didn't feel that way in December. I might feel that way again in January, just depending on. California's in a weird place right now, so that's a whole nother video as well. I spent more this month eating out. I was still within budget, but I spent more than last month. Last month I spent $39. This month I spent $53. I spent the same amount on gas. I spent a lot more on debt this month. Not a lot more. It was $2,500 last month. It was $2,800 this month, and that's rounding. So 40% of my income last month, 46% this month. I spent less on business expenses, and I'm still trying to bring that down. I know this month, January, I'm going to buy some additional sticker paper, and so that's going to put me, back over $100 again. But I just want to be in a good place with it. I have a sale coming up, so I want to make sure that everything is adequately stocked. I spent like $1,900 last month on planner crap. So for December, I only spent $247. With the exception of my sub boxes, I'm doing my best to not spend anything this month. Insurance was the same. Utilities went down just a little bit, about $100 less, $111 actually. Home is the same. Household items, I spent $191.50 more this month. For the pet, for Petite, I spent $14, which I didn't spend anything last month. And miscellaneous / Christmas was $30. So that is where my money went in the month of December for my cash envelopes. So I'm still working out what my new system is going to look like. I did get the Budget Mom cash envelope holder, and I grabbed an extra one from Filofax that's just a solid black. And I have these new cash envelopes that I love, but the thing about them is this makes it difficult. This like zipper top makes it difficult to close the envelope. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I have a ton that I printed. I got these with my kit, and then I have a ton that I printed out to use as well. So I'm going to get this organized and figure out what I'm doing. And I got them hole punched and put in here. So I don't know what I'm going to do for January just yet with those, but these were the ones that I was using. And so for groceries, I have $20 left over, and that is $5 bills. And so my $5 bills are now going to be going towards my vacation fund. And I made a note of that here. Then my butcher envelope, I have $140. If I do not do the butcher in the month of January, I will definitely be doing it in February. I have enough to go to the butcher, and I probably will spend less than that. Fun, didn't use, I have 40, and beauty I didn't use, I have 20. Then Petite says hi again, just in case you didn't hear him the first time. Clothing, I have 40, and Petey's envelope has $51, and I am going to start putting more towards him because I want to make sure that should we have a emergency that requires a vet, we have that expense covered. It's quite pricey. And then in my gasoline envelope, I have $60, and I'm not going to roll it over. I am probably going forward almost every category with the exception of the things that are ongoing, like pet and fun and beauty and clothing, because those are ongoing until I spend on those things. But things that I every month, so groceries, eating out, household, and gas are envelopes that I fund every month and use in the month. If there's anything left over in those envelopes, I am going to start putting that money towards either a savings challenge or towards debt. So the $60 that's left in my gas envelope, I am going to put towards my emergency fund, and I haven't decided. I don't know. I'm either going to do 40 to the emergency fund and 20 to something else, or 30 and 30. So I need to figure that out, and I just haven't quite got there yet. But that money is going to go into a sinking fund or towards a debt. I did pretty good on the weekly check-in each week. I did kind of fall off the week of Christmas. I forgot to do it. And I just didn't fill it in real good this last week. Did good with tracking my business expenses, and so that's that on the budget. So the only thing that I really have left to do is figure out what I want to put that $60 that I'm rolling over towards, and I think that I will put, I think that I will put 30 or 40 of it to my emergency fund, and 30 or 20, depending on the amount that I decide, towards one of my debts. And if you have not watched my video going over my debt, I set up a new debt tracker in my planner, and so I have my list of debts here, and I have some debt trackers that I set up. And because of these trackers, you know, showing, for example, Walmart, $1.50 is a square. You know, if I put an extra $20 towards that, that is like a little more than 10 squares. And so that for me is motivating to be able to color them in and be done with this debt. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is put it towards a debt in part and towards my emergency fund in part. So that's the December wrap up. I'm looking forward to showing you what I have going on for January. We're going to be moving into a new planner, as you just saw, and closing this one completely out. So thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, comments, please feel free to post them down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.